Hi, this is my unit lesson review. Some of the revisions that I think I would do to this lesson would be explaining thinking through concept development, talking about previous models that have been discussed and used, encouraging students to do more questioning themselves, and pushing them to solve in different ways. Some of the revisions that I have chosen to do would be the reasons for it was backed by my research that I had done. I explained their thinking through the concept development. So much of the time I only want my kids who got it correct to share, when I think that my kids who are struggling or have a misconception could work through it by explaining their understanding. Another revision that I said I would do would be talk about previous models. I would do this for my struggling students, so they would have an opportunity to use a different model or a different way that might help be more beneficial for them to use when trying to show their thinking or show what work they're doing, working through the problem and developing more of that understanding. I would also encourage students to do more questioning. We were working on two-step problems, so missing some information before we can go on to the next. If they're coming up with the questions, then they might see what information we're needing in order to continue moving in the right direction for that mastery of the skill. I would also push them to solve it in different ways. I think that this is important for my students who are who are strong and finish their work early. Having a variety of different ways to work through problems develops their understanding and helps give them a broader idea of the task that they're doing and more understanding. For my reflection portion, do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of identified understandings? One of them was making sure that we understood what the unknown was and understanding the word problem. I think that they were able to do this. They showed me they were able to do this by drawing their pictures and setting up the problem in many ways, through words, through pictures, through word problems. They were also able to put in their missing variable with a letter, which is what we were working on. I think that they also showed their understanding with rationalization by drawing their pictures and using their words. Everyone explains things a little bit differently, but seeing where they're coming from and why they're getting at that is important, and they all did a really nice job of explaining. I think this is one of my better years that I've had with that. Do the tasks involve a real-world application of knowledge, skills, and understanding? I would say yes, this does. I had my students do a project-based learning where once they had finished all their assignments, they were working on their setting up a party of their own, or a gathering of their own, where they had a select budget and they had to go find everything on the Dillon's website and then figure out about what they would need and how much it would cost. Are there a variety of appropriate assessment formats used to provide additional evidence of learning? I would say that I had a variety of assessments throughout the entire process, between teacher observation, peer discussion, whiteboards, problem set worksheets, exit tickets, and end of module assessments. There's always the informal and formal formats of assessment throughout the entire lesson, giving me a full view of how they are doing, how much assistance they were needing, and giving me the idea of where they might be struggling. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning and performance? Yes, I would say that they were able to do this through discussion, class discussion, peer discussion, teacher discussion, showing their work in multiple ways and sharing it with each other. So I think my students did overall during this unit. I was very proud of them. Thanks.